Okay, I'm up late at night. And sometimes when I'm up late at night, I think about things that are just different. And I don't know how different this is, but because of some of the stuff that I've been experiencing lately, I just have to ask a question to the women out there. And so I want to kind of frame it. And discussing current events or topics, somehow, I don't even know how it happened. It actually came up somehow in a conversation when I had guests on the show, Morning Coffee, that women back in my day did not shave their pubes. It was an unusual thing to find any woman who shaved her pubes. Almost no one. Almost no one. And when I told that to these young girls, they were kind of horrified. They were like, "You mean they all had bush?" Bush. See, I'm just saying, and that's it's the fact that the problem they were kind of horrified. You mean they like when women did that? They were. I mean, everybody was like nasty. They like just let. I'm like, it wasn't nasty. Every people bathed, kept their genitalia clean. People bathed and kept their genitalia. These are women like in their 20s. So I'm thinking, your mothers didn't ever talk to you about. Okay, I'm just wondering. So women don't counsel their daughters about grooming their pubic hair. They leave it up to them, and then I guess they discover themselves at a certain age they want to decorate their pubes. I'm just trying to understand as a rite of passage here today, because as a man, I'm not quite sure I understand. I mean, as a young girl growing up, and when I try to ask people, they don't seem to like to embrace the conversation. So I'm not sure what the thing is, man. I'm not sure what that is all about. I'm just saying. I'm just wondering if women, I'm my age. I'm 65, and if women my age discuss their pubic grooming habits with these young girls, because there were none. We had like natural bush. Even when Penthouse first started showing pubes, when Penthouse was like the first one, started showing pubes, and they had. That's when I found out that white girls had like straight hair down on their vulva. Well, they're okay. I don't want to get to. They're in their genitalia. They had straight like blonde, like straight. I was like, dang, that's weird. See, I know. I'm just saying. It was the time. It was the time, you guys. I had never seen that. I was like, no shit. I'm just saying. I was like, okay, this was a shocker. See, men, ladies, men, we don't know all this. We didn't know all this. And I came from when the era when I came up, which is a much more conservative era. If you did all that kind of grooming of your genitalia, people thought you were doing too much, and maybe you were some kind of a hoe or something. For the white people, that means whore, aka loose woman. Translation, okay. But for us black folks in the city, hoe, HOE, not like the thing you use to. Well, do we still? And let me pronounce it. Spell it H. How do we spell hoe? Anyway, it was different, not a liberated time. So anyway, I just wanted to raise this point because I think this is an interesting topic. And Audrey Celeste Parrish, my good friend, said, "Interesting to whom?" And I said, "See, okay, I think it's interesting, and I want to know." And I'm going to put you elder ladies on blast for not talking to these young ladies about grooming their genitalia, because there seems to be a sort of a gap. And maybe you ought to discuss throw vaginal dryness while you're in there on that too. Just talk about all of it. Talk about all of it. Get it all out there. You notice I'm one to share my diagnosis, even though I have no wife and no children, and therefore I tend to act a fool in social media. Just the way it is. Anyway, Mara Hemsley is saying, I wonder, and do you wonder, how are people grooming their pubes? And just where did they cultivate those habits? See you next time.